Hey guys, THUNDERSTUD here, and today we are revisiting Fluffals. Now, I made a Fluffal deck while it was still entirely from events and characters and not from a box. I did it like a day before the box came out, not paying close enough attention to the leaks. But now I get to revisit it after May with the full support. We got Frightfur Fusion, which is pretty much just Miracle Fusion for Fluffals. So we got Miracle Fusion, we got normal polys. We can use Dark Fusion because we summon all Fiend type, and then we are not able to be targeted by spell traps or card effects. So good little way to get it when you need it, but we just have one. You don't want to build around it. But everything is a fiend. Every monster you build is a fiend. So these are regular fusions. This is a Miracle Fusion. Now we're using Edge Imp Assist. That makes it so if we need to turn this into a Miracle Fusion, all we gotta do is throw a chain or sabers away. Then we get the Frightfur Fusion. We can use the graveyard, still use the field, all sorts of stuff like that. We still have the normal combos with Bear, Searching, Toy Vendor, except now we have a new imp chain where if he's thrown from the field to the graveyard or from the hand to the graveyard with, say, Toy Vendor, you get to search a Frightfur Fusion. So that's a pretty good monster, and he can search himself when he attacks. So I run two of them. I like it a lot. You don't see people running much, but I actually like this card, especially when you're running bears and toy vendors. So we still have two sabers because that's most of the money monsters. Kiteroid to survive the turns. Obviously, Dog is the new important piece of support because he can search an imp, which will greatly help your skill, or Fluffals to just get more consistent fusions. So all the bosses are here. Saber-tooth plays are obviously really important. He's a new ultra rare too, so we can't exactly overlook him, but he's how you finish a lot of duels. You'll use a tiger to wipe the field, then you'll bring him out with the tiger, bring the tiger back from the graveyard, hit for lethal. You could sneak in some wolf OTKs. You don't see that as often as just finishing them off with the Saber-tooth, and Saber-tooth gets pretty tanky. He can't be destroyed by card effects or battle when you use 3 or more. So a good little archetype. This is a great skill too. The skill really makes it consistent. Not only can you change a poly into a Frightfur Fusion, you could just mill 2 imps if you need to, if you only have Frightfur Fusions or something like that. So nice simple combos, very cool deck. Easy to run if you were trying to grind like a bunch of wins. A big win streak with it too, all over the place. So hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for watching. Alright, here we are facing a Mokuba. We're going first. He's got a pretty cool sleeve in that combo there. Honestly, I don't know if I even have those. How do you get those? It's like a lava hillside. I'm actually really jealous of that. So he's going to bring out an Alistair, but then he goes into a Metal Foes Fusion out of nowhere. Metal Foes again. Now he's going to use that invocation. This is all second turn too, so this guy's feeling pretty good about himself. Get that Alistair back to the hand. We do have a Kiteroid obviously though. And that's going to be 1 instance of Kiteroid. He's going to be 2 instances of Kiteroid. Top deck and Owl, that's a pretty good top deck. We're going to use our Toy Vendor. We'll probably throw away the Poly. Yep, because we could just search another Poly with Owl. We throw our Imp away. We're able to Frightfur Fusion. That's going to be a straight up Tiger from just what we had in the graveyard. And then having our Owl, we're going to be able to pop those 2, normal summon the Owl, get another Poly, then these 2 monsters alone can make Saber-tooth, and then Saber-tooth can bring Tiger back from the graveyard. So making Saber-tooth doesn't really ever cost you a monster unless you do it with the Frightfur Fusion and banish it, because you'll just be able to bring him back from the graveyard. So Poly, Dark Fusion, it's all good. You wipe him with the Tiger and then hit him with the Saber-tooth for lethal. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a septokaiba. Going second. He's got an obelisk sleeve there. Got 2 dogs. Dark Fusion. Remember, just think of Dark Fusion as a normal poly. but it makes you untargetable. We go dog to search sabers. Now we're going to use our skill, throw the sabers away, turn that poly into a Frightfur. Now we're going to start with the Frightfur. It's going to be a quick and easy tiger to bounce these two. Could have started with the Dark Fusion if we did it a little different, and then we wouldn't have been targetable, but obviously you see with the mirror wall, didn't even matter. And then we're able to use the Dark Fusion to go into a Saber-tooth. Saber-tooth is going to bring that tiger right back out. And then we hit him for a nice casual lethal, and that's pretty much how you do it with this archetype. You wipe with the tiger, then finish with the Saber-tooth. So nice and easy, guys. Great stuff. Alright, here we are facing a Crowler. We're going second. Our boy's got the Matrix sleeve and mat there. Now we have Dark Fusion. Think of it as just a poly that makes you untargetable for a turn. So really good poly that we're just not searching with Owl. You've got a Gear Town, a back row, a Wyvern, and a counter on his castle. We're gonna go dog into sabers. Now we throw the sabers away, we mill a chain. Doesn't activate chain's effect, but now we can Frightfur fusion. It's going to be the tiger. We're going to hit the back row and the castle, believe it or not, because I believe he has some pretty big monsters out there, and that has 2 counters on it, and it's a Canadia, so he flips our tiger face down. That's really not a big deal, because we can use our fusion. Tiger and just that one owl is able to make our Saber-tooth, and then Saber-tooth is going to be able to special summon that tiger once again, and then I think that might be lethal. Yeah, that's plenty lethal. So quick and easy, destroy the field, lethal over the monster. Didn't even need to destroy the monster. Could have been 2 back row there. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Tristan. You don't really see Tristan all too often. 30 cards no less, with just a life point boost. People like to go that over grit nowadays. We're starting with Toy Vendor and Chain. That is how you really know the hand is going to pop off. So we go with the Toy Vendor, we throw away the Chain. That's going to activate Chain's effect. We threw away another Chain too, but you can only do it once per turn. We get the Frightfur fusion, we normal summon Owl, we get a poly. I don't think we can use the poly just yet. We have to go with the Frightfur fusion first. Banish a bunch there. That's an easy Daredevil. Now we have a poly, a Daredevil, and a bear in our hand, which is going to be a Saber-tooth. So we can poly the 2 I just said. That's going to be the Saber-tooth. We're going to be able to bring the Daredevil back from the graveyard, and that's essentially the bread and butter. Now 5k life, we're not really going to find a way to OTK this boy. So we'll just hit him with the 3400 from the Daredevil. He did in fact have a Stone of Ancient randomly enough. Goes Spirit to banish our Toy Vendor and immediately bounces into a Blue Eyes. Not sure the advantage you gain from doing that outright, but he's feeling it. So he's going to Lightning Vortex, throws away a Cosmo Brain, destroys both my monsters. When Daredevil's gone though, he does 500 to the boy. We do have Kiteroid, so we're able to last there. We get Dog. We still have another instance of Kiteroid. He's got 2 cards, so it's a back row. We got another instance of Kiteroid, like I said. We're at 4k life points, which means we can safely normal summon Dog and go into an Owl, as long as he doesn't really get any more monsters, any more Blue Eyes on the field. Painful Return. I don't know what that was. And then he swings at my Dog. Painful Return, returns that to his hand. So, whatever. And then we get a poly, then we get our Edge Imp to turn this into a Frightful Fusion. That's the skill, I mean. That's going to be a Tiger. Tiger's going to pop the 2. He didn't have any sort of delay, so I'm pretty sure he's not going to be able to chain to it. We destroy them both, and then just finish him with the Tiger. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a septokaiba. We're going first, so usually you don't make too many impressive first turn plays. We got a Dog, we got a Sabers. Owl will go with Owl to search a poly, and then probably just pass our turn. And that's usually where Fluffals wind up for their first turn plays. That's why you run things like Kaiba. Now he's going with Cards of Consonant, Stone of Ancient. Sets 3 back row, and Blue Eyes solid in the end phase. Goes at our Owl, negating his effect doesn't really do anything. He does have a fusion effect, but we weren't going to use it. Here we normal summon our dog that baits out a Karma Cut. Search another bear. Now we can poly a bear, an imp, and the owl on the field. That's going to be a tiger that can pop 3. We will pop the 3 on the field. He can chain his solid out to another Blue Eyes. And we're going to just have to pass our turn here, as we don't have any Frightfur fusion follow-ups or anything like that. Already blew our normal summon, so we just go from here. Now he's going to Mausoleum out his Stone of Ancient. Does not do a fusion, chooses to make it 1400 to try to pick at my life points more or something like that. Not the best turn. Gotta do your synchros. Much better play. Now we go with Owl. Owl searches a poly. We have Imp Chain. So we use the Imp Chain and the 2 there. That's going to be Daredevil. One of our stronger monsters. That's going to trigger Imp Chain. We get our Frightfur fusion. That's why I love Imp Chain. Now we go boom. Use the tiger, banish the tiger. That's our Saber-tooth. And look at all this damage. He bumps him up to 3400. We can easily swing over a Stone of Ancient. And then our Owl finishes it off. 100 life points to spare. Great stuff, guys. So, that was a little sloppier. We went Tiger, then the Saber-tooth follow-up. Didn't even really use the Saber-tooth special summon. But those are the plays generally. There's lots of text you can run here. I love running Chain. You guys see a lot of Chain action. That was Chain just fused from the hand. Still like that. There's Toy Vendor Chain combos. Chain by himself. I implore you to use Chain. So other than that, it's some basic combos. Just a really decent fusion deck. Edge Imp Assist, I think, makes it the most consistent to really make your combos work how you need it. Work the way you want them to. So by using stuff from your hand and then using stuff from the graveyard in the correct order. So hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.